Welcome back to my channel. Well, St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, so I've got a really cute idea of how to make a pot of gold using some leftover supplies as well as a little planter. So first of all, I'm going to paint the planter black to make our pot of gold. And I'm just actually using tempera paint, and I'm going to paint all around. My paint had a little bit of an issue here, as we can see, but it's okay. You just kind of go with the flow when the paint explodes, yeah? Okay, so I'm removing that, but here we go, back to painting my pot black. So this is going to be our little pot that we are painting. And again, this is with like a lot of leftover materials that I do have laying around the house that I've used for actually other projects, and I just kind of have stuff laying around. If you aren't familiar, because I have not actually posted them, I've actually used terracotta pots for a lot of my activities. I actually made some snowmen using terracotta pots. I've made angels using terracotta pots. So you don't necessarily have to use pots just for planting. So I'm actually painting a little bit on the inside as well, and also painting on the edge so it is completely black. I want as much covered as possible. I started out with a full circle when I was doing my project here. I will show you the finished project in a while, so that's why I'm actually starting out now with a half of a styrofoam circle. And as you can see, you just basically put the half a circle over the pot and push down so that way it connects onto the pot. I have a few extra pieces of foam from various projects like I said, as I've gone along here. I've been making lots of projects and I just have extra foam. So I'm actually going to make a rainbow on this piece of foam here. I prefer to use tacky glue on this one, just to the fact, because if you use hot glue on a piece of styrofoam, it does have a tendency to melt the styrofoam. So I'm actually going to use some tacky glue here. And I'm just going to make a simple rainbow pattern. So I've cut up some little foam pieces of red to start the rainbow. And again, these are just some leftover scraps of foam that I had from another project I actually used. So I'm actually just placing the red little cut up pieces along my path here. I'll have to cut a few more pieces of red here. Oops, we got a piece of orange in there. So here's again, just a little piece of leftover random piece of foam that you can see. So I'm gonna actually cut it into little pieces here. And I'm gonna cut along and just make random pieces. So I'm going to take those and I'm going to put them along our rainbow path. This is a very simple little project too. You can use variations as well. You could actually paint this if you wanted. It's just all up to you to what you really want to do. I happen to use the foam just because I did have, again, leftover foam that of small little pieces I really didn't know what to do with. So I said, this is a pretty cool idea. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this path and make the rainbow. Okay, moving along, so that way this video isn't 7,000 minutes long. I'm going to kind of jump ahead a little bit onto our video here and to how the rainbow finishes up into the pot of gold here. Okay, so I actually have this yellow foam that I actually spray painted gold for another project I did, and I've added a little bit of glitter to that. So on here, I'm going to add a little bit more glitter, and I've actually cut them into circles. So there are spray painted gold on both sides, but I'm actually going to add, I'm saying actually a lot, some gold glitter to these gold circles that I've cut out along the way. I've got the gold glitter here. I'm just putting a little bit of gold glitter on there just to give it a little bit of shine. So once your rainbow is complete, you're going to put it onto the side of your pot that you just painted, and you're going to take your gold coins that you have, and you're going to glue them onto the top of the pot and onto the rainbow to represent a pot of gold. As so. So as you're doing this, again, I'm kind of speeding up the process here because it does take a long time for this all to dry. But you can see that I'm actually making a pot of gold around. And then I actually have some cotton squares that you use for like wiping off makeup or doing nails. And this is going to attach to the edge of the rainbow here. I think I'm almost out of tacky glue. And I'm actually using tacky glue on this one because I get the hot glue seems to not stick really good when using like this type of cotton, or if you're using it on styrofoam. So I'm going to make that as a cloud on the edge of the rainbow there. So I have actually completed one already. Again, so I just wanted to kind of show you how to make that, but this is what the pot of gold will look like at the end when it's all finished. You've got your red stripes, your orange stripes, your yellow, your green, your blue, your purple, your clouds, and your pot of gold, and your little terracotta pot. So that is your St. Patrick's Day pot of gold.